Welcome class 10 students for chemistry lecture chapter 3 acid bases and salt. Hope all are doing good. Let us continue the same. Like chapter 3 we have finished with chapter 1 to 4 part. So this is fifth part. So let us continue. So in the fourth part we discussed about this. We were discussing about the preparation of the bases. So here at the end we discuss about the preparation of ammonium hydroxide, how these bases formed. So hope all of you have practiced this equation. Now continue with the properties of the bases or alkalis. So as you know, bases are sharp and have bitter taste. They can change the color of the indicators, like litmus red to blue. They change litmus red to blue, and methyl orange to yellow, and phenolphthalein colorless to pink. And insoluble bases do not affect indicators. So this is important point, you have to pay attention. It comes in true false. So bases which do not affect indicator, that is insoluble base, and you know the example of the insoluble bases as we did earlier. Now here caustic soda and caustic potash are strong alkalis. Why? We know that alkalis do react with oils, and since our skin also contains oils, so hence when we touch caustic soda or caustic potash, which is used to make a soap, so it takes there is a reaction takes place and soapy solutions are formed. And all the bases are strong electrolytes, and they show mild corrosive action on our skin. So mostly these as I said, it is used to make a soap, so that's why sometimes it show if it is a very strong base, sometimes it irritates our skin. It depends upon person to person skin also. Then come to the chemical properties. So acids, a strong alkali absorb carbon dioxide from the air to form carbonate. Now see, this is sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. When react with carbon dioxide, it means the strong alkalis, it absorb carbon dioxide to form carbonate and water. So here the formation of carbonate and water. And next see, they neutralize the acid to form salt and water. As earlier also we have done, when bases react with an acid, it forms salt and water. So this kind of reaction is known as a neutralization reaction. So see, the bases or alkalis, that is calcium hydroxide and the iron hydroxide, when react with acid gives salts and water. So they precipitate as insoluble metallic hydroxide. See, so you should learn these insoluble metallic hydroxide, that is copper hydroxide, zinc hydroxide, iron hydroxide. These are insoluble hydroxides. So here a metallic salt react with base, give salt and water. These reactions are very important on the point of view, examination point of view. Like write a balanced equation. One question is write a balanced equation, like when zinc sulfate react with the base, that is alkali base or alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium sulfate and zinc hydroxide. And the other question is write your observation when base react with metallic sulfate salt like zinc sulfate, alkali like sodium hydroxide. When these two reacts, it form salt and insoluble hydroxide will form. And the color you have to mention whenever the question is write your observation. Don't forget to mention the precipitate or color. Here the precipitate is, see, the direction of the arrow is a downward, so it shows the formation of precipitate. It's a precipitate reaction is there. So gelatinous white PPT formed, zinc hydroxide, gelatinous. Remember these reactions, we did it in the chapter 4 also. So if you have not learnt it yet, please do revise this, very important. This you have done in chapter number 4 also. So don't neglect these equations, very important. So same equations are there in chapter 4 also. So beta, don't neglect it, and do remember you have to learn the colors and the formulas of the insoluble. See, this is insoluble hydroxide form, so don't neglect these colors and reactions. See the direction it is showing, these are the precipitated reactions. And hydroxides of zinc, aluminium and lead, being amphoteric, This also we did it in the 4th chapter. So watch that video, 4th chapter. You will recall those amphoteric oxides. So by nature, so these dissolve in excess of NaOH or QH, but their hydroxides do not. So here it forms soluble. So it forms a sodium zincate. These reactions are very, very, very important, I must say here. So don't neglect it. And alkalis are, when alkalis are warmed with an ammonium salt. See, ammonium salt, that is ammonium chloride, when react with alkali, that is NaOH, warm, this delta representing warming or heating, and it forms salt, water and ammonia. Very important again. This reaction is the same is there in the preparation of the ammonia. It will come in the next chapters, that is 9th chapter maybe, preparation of the ammonia. So very important again. Ammonium chloride, when react with this calcium hydroxide, it forms calcium chloride, water and ammonia gas. Similarly, ammonium sulfate reacting with potassium hydroxide gives potassium sulfate, water and ammonia. So here the observation is formation of the ammonia gas is there. So do learn each reaction balanced equation. Don't forget to learn these gases or precipitations or the colors, to learn the observation of the reactions. So very important, page number 45 is very important, basis. So these reactions will be used in further chapters also. So don't neglect it. Next is the uses of the bases, as we did in the acid uses of acids. So here comes the uses of bases, like uses of sodium hydroxide. It is used to manufacture soap. And see, aluminium hydroxide, it is used as a foaming agent in fire extinguishers. So like this you have to learn. Magnesia, it is used in making refractory bricks. And calcium oxide is a drying agent, like name the base which is used as a drying agent. So calcium oxide is used as a drying agent. Now the test for the acidity and alkalinity, for this I would like you to come to page number, this chapter 13. We'll discuss on page number 236, that is chapter 13 in your book. So this is a practical based question. So here we'll discuss about the hydrogen ion scale of, or the pH scale which we say. So acidic and the basic strength of the solutions are compared on the hydrogen ion scale or the pH scale. This hydrogen ion scale is known as a pH scale and gives a value called pH value. And the pH value is 7 is neutral, that is for the water, and less than 7 is acidic, and more than 7 is basic. I think you did it in the 8th standard also, 9th standard also. So see, this is a pH scale from 0 to 14, it is marked here. And this 7 is for the neutral, that is water, and less than 7 and above 7. So less than 7 increasing acidic nature, and above 7 increasing basic nature. So you have to learn it from here. And see, universal indicator, and this will do in the practicals also, pH paper. See, the colors are mentioned on this pH paper. This 7 is for the water. Very carefully you see this pH paper. Pure water, if it is available in the market, you can easily get it in the market also. You can check the pH of the different substances like coffee, vinegar, hydrochloric acid, hand soap, ammonia and bleach. So water is pH is 7, so that is a neutral, and here it comes less than 7, that is acidic, and more than 7 it is basic. So hand wash, ammonia, bleach, all are basic, and below 7 is, that is coffee, vinegar, hydrochloric acid is acidic. So like this we can learn it, we can practice it. We'll do it in the practicals when school will reopen. Till then you can revise it from your book. So this is all about the pH, and here are some indicators are also given. So don't neglect this page, chapter 13. So all the indicators are mentioned here with the colors in acidic solution and the alkaline solution and the neutral solution. So do learn this table also, indicators. So this is all about this acid and the bases. In the next part we will discuss the other topic. Till then I must say, do revise this 3A do exercise 3A in your book itself, and next we'll discuss about the salt in the next video. Thank you.